Yo, what's up, everybody? I've been thinking for a long time about making some videos for my timeline, and I figured there's no better time now, so I picked a topic, and the topic today is Fredo Cuomo. Fredo has some choice words last night during his broadcast about President Trump leaving Walter Reed and going back to the White House, and the two main words were bullshit and propaganda. Let's hear it from the horse's mouth himself.
He had his video crew capture that stupid scene again so he could put out propaganda. How much bullshit do you need in your life?
Yeah, it's interesting that Fredo chose bullshit and propaganda when talking about President Trump and the way he's handled COVID and his departure from Walter Reed. Wasn't it Fredo Cuomo himself who also was quarantined when he had COVID? He was apparently locked up in his basement, away from his family and for the rest of society, until, of course, he was busted by some guy on his bicycle visiting his second home in the Hampton.
You're supposed to be quarantining. What are you doing out? What are you doing with all these people? You're not, I said, you're not even practicing social distancing.
Whelan says Cuomo confronted him.
And he, at that point, began to come closer. Who the hell are you? What do you know about this? What do you know about the rules? And you will meet me again over there.
So then a couple of weeks later, once Fredo was cleared by the CDC and so was his wife, Fredo made his way out of the basement. And of course, CNN was there to capture every wonderful moment, and it looked something like this.
All right, here it is. The official re-entry from the basement, cleared by CDC. A little sweaty, just worked out, happens. I'm still a little scared, so I'll just give you one of these. Just give you one of these. Just give you one of these. Just give you one of these.
You get a little of this, you get a little of that. How phony are these media types? They have no sense of self-awareness, self-reflection. I mean, this guy actually probably took, 3 or 4 takes, coming up the stairs with CNN. I mean, he had to keep doing push-ups to look pumped, maybe shot a little D-ball in between. I mean, these guys, they do what they accuse President Trump of doing. I mean, that was pure propaganda. And, I'm sick of hearing about this mask argument. Like if Trump had just worn a mask, he wouldn't have been in the situation he is. I mean, there's no proof of that. This is a transmittable virus that it could be on a surface and you could go touch it. It could have been there hours before. Maybe you touched it and you touch your face. I mean, it could go through your eyes even. There's no proof of it. And all these mask Nazis like Chris Wallace and, Nancy Pelosi, I mean, they're all busted either going out in public, not wearing a mask. Chris Wallace himself just recently was out in public without a mask. Dr. Fauci, you should wear a mask, you should wear a mask. And he's out at a baseball game without a mask. So I don't want to hear about this mask argument anymore. You could get COVID from anywhere. I mean, it could be from earlier in the day, someone coughed or touched something and you were shopping or you were touching a surface. It could come from anywhere. But the fact of the matter is that Trump actually seems like he beat this thing in 3 days, has broken the media, I think they were broken beyond repair, but I mean, just watching Cuomo go off on President Trump and, be vulgar, of course, because he's a tough guy, he's a Cuomo, he's a Fredo Cuomo, he's the dumbest Cuomo, which is saying a lot because all the Cuomos have been dumb. But, he had to show how manly and tough he is by saying, we're going to show this bullshit on my show. And meanwhile, he's the king of bullshit.